All right, hello everyone watching this tape. This is Jeff Scott, Information Technology Instructor at Rankin Technical College, Wentzville. Today is Monday, the 3rd of December, and what I'm going to attempt to do now is kind of recreate the test that I had my class take last week. It is the third JavaScript test. It is a test on chapters 1 through 7 of our textbook, Xerox JavaScript and jQuery 3rd edition. Maybe the hardest test we've taken all year. I don't know. I don't make those determinations. All right. So the test said you are to create a 5-page website for a fictional gym based on the BMI work you had done earlier. Each page should have a logo, text, and/or image of your choice, and the standard HTML5 attributes. In other words, working header, nav bar, main, section, aside, and footer tags. Consistent background color, and consistent text. And then we explained each page. Now I'll go over those as I go over those. But the first thing that I did, you may or may not have thought of doing this, was, for lack of better words, I created a plan of attack. And it's 3 pages long. But I figured out, how do I want to actually do this? So again, create a plan. You should know what you want to do here, or at least have a rough idea. Here was mine. So I'm just going to basically recreate everything I have on here right in front of you. All right, so I'm going to come in here. I'm going to just grab this just so you see it, copy it, and then I'm going to open up a very small window in Notepad, not that small, about like this, and I'm going to paste that in. All right. And it looks like that should be plenty big. Now this will appear and disappear, I suppose, as I get going like that. But let's see if we can keep it here. So I'm going to right mouse click on here, choose new folder. Do I have one called the gym? I already do. So I'm going to just grab that and I'm going to throw it in, I don't know, my miscellaneous here. So here's my new folder right here that I'm going to call the gym. All right. And the first thing I want to do is put my regular 3 subfolders underneath that, as we normally do. So I'm going to right mouse click, and we'll put in IMG. The order in which you do these, of course, is totally random. It's up to you. JS and CSS. So now I have my folders. Okay, so that's this, and that's these. Under images, I'm going to have 2 different folders. I'm going to make one that'll be called main. May not make a lot of sense right now, but another one that will be called, let's call it, instead of resize, let's call it TN. I think those will end up, I'm sorry, we will call it resized. You'll see why in a bit. All right. And what I wanted was, I goofed this up. I wanted that resize to go here under main. Then I want to have another folder here, and that folder will be called about, and that folder will also have a folder inside of it. Okay, let's just copy that one. They're all empty anyway. All right. And finally, I want one more under images that's going to be called FAQ. So what I have in here right now, and I don't want to waste a lot of time on this. All right, you don't deserve that. So I've got a CSS folder that right now has nothing in it. I'm going to put 2 files in it. So I'm going to say new test document, and I'm going to put in here reset.css. Yes, I do want to change the extension. And another one in here. I don't think I'm going to have to change the name, but I'm going to call style.css. Whoopsie. I'm going to say no here. All right, so now I've got my CSS files. In JavaScript, I'm going to also come in here and just make a, I don't know if I'll have just a script folder. I might have several folders. I'll just leave that empty for right now. But I now have this done. All right. So again, under my main folder, I've got CSS with my reset and my style. My JS is empty. My image has got 3 folders, an about with a resized in there, an FAQ with nothing in there, and a main that also has a resized in there. So I pretty much replicated this, which is what I wanted to do. All right, so it asks me if I want to save that. No. Do want to save this though. All right, so that's what I've got. I'm going to just tuck that away right here for now and continue on. Create, refine an HTML5 template with header, nav, main, section, aside, and footers. What I did was I went out to htmlboilerplate.com. Those of you, and that's many of you in the class, who are using Atom, you could just do your exclamation point and hit your tab key. All right, there's no advantage to what I'm doing, is what I'm telling you. So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to come out here, find myself, hopefully, I don't know what happened. There it is. Download HTML boilerplate. All right, add that, downloaded it right here onto my downloads folder. There it is. I think I already have a copy of it, so that's still fine. I'm going to still right mouse click and extract it. So that put it in here someplace. Way too much garbage in my downloads folder. Sorry about that. Let's go to the date modified. There it is. And I just want to grab that index.html file. I'm going to copy it to the clipboard. All right. And after I've done that, back to where I was before. There we go. Let's paste it in here. Now there's a lot of junk in here I don't want or need. All right. So I'm going to open it up and take a quick look at it. I don't need the class equal Node.js. I want to stick and change my language equal to English. That over. I mean, this is just things I do. You don't have to do any of this stuff, of course. All right. That stuck together all that stuff. I'm not even sure what this stuff in here does. I'm not going to put in a favicon. Probably would have been a nice idea to do that. If I have time, maybe I will, but I probably won't have time. Instead of normalize, I'm going to use Stephen Meyer's reset.css, which basically does the same thing. And I'll have my own, and I call my own style. All right, there's my body. I don't have to check for IE9. I can leave that in there. It sure wouldn't hurt anything. All right, it says add my own content there, and that is where I'm going to add it. Modernizer, not going to worry about it. jQuery, do want that in there. And I'm going to keep in the integrity and the cross origin stuff. You don't have to, but I'm going to anyway. This is kind of interesting right here. I'm going to show you quickly. And that is, I believe this is the one that says, check and see if I have my own copy of jQuery, and if I do, use that. All right, I'm not going to copy in jQuery. I'm just going to use the CDN right here. So since I am using the CDN, I don't care. Okay. If I was going to use plugins, that would be fine. I could do that, but I'm not going to use that. I'm going to leave this one in here. There's going to be more that I'm going to add. All right, I don't care about Google Analytics for this site at least, and that'll end that. All right, so I should have my hello world. This is HTML5 boilerplate. Should be the only thing that's in there, but it should come up. There it is. All right, no biggie. It's fine. All right, so I've created my index page. It's so not done, but let's just see. Add a very simple header with an image and or text at the top of the page. So at the beginning of my body, I'm going to put in a header section. All right. And in there, I'm just going to put in an H1. We are the gym. I just literally made that up right now. All right. So there's that. I now have a header section in there. Add links to the 5 HTML files in a nav section. Again, you know how to do this. Since I'm on the home page, I'm just going to put it like that. Yeah. Home. Well, I'm just spacing out right here. That looks incomplete, but I don't know. So let's copy the rest of them in. So the next one will be about.html, and that will be about. It doesn't matter if we keep these capital, lowercase, it really doesn't matter. The next one is FAQ. Now none of these exist right now. We'll get them in just a couple minutes. FAQ. Ooh, Q. The next one will be BMI. All right, and the last one will be contact. There are some people who frown on this, you know, with having all caps like that. I'm not going to worry about it. All right. So I now have my nav section in here. Again, this is not, there's been no styling on it at all. So it doesn't look very good right now. All right, so let's see. Add a main with an H1 in it, and a section and an aside, each with their own H1. All right. So I can now get rid of this thing that says add your own site stuff. Let's just put a main in here. All right, and that main for now, we're going to put it in H1. Main. All right, underneath that, we're going to put in a section. It's also going to have its own H1, and we'll just put in here section. And I'll tell you what, I'll just copy here to kind of hopefully make it a little faster. And we'll put in here aside. All right, and then finally under my main, so what happened here? I'm looking and I'm looking for my, oh, there was my main tag. Okay, don't know how I did that, but I did. All right, so there's the end of that. And finally, I'm going to put in my footer. Now again, this is not going to look like anything right now. All right, main section, aside, footer. We are the gym. Good. All right. So I've got all this in. Next, I want to go out to Eric Meyer's CSS reset. So let's copy that. And again, this is my plan of attack. By no means am I saying it should be yours. All right, so paste that in. Meyer's is all put in here. It's kind of in this pinkish So I'm going to put that in, copy it to the clipboard. Again, bring up my editor of choice here, which I'm using Notepad++ for. Now again, I'm a little anal about this stuff, so I'm going to set it up the way that I want it set up. So sorry you got to watch me do a bunch of line breaks. Good news is that's it. So I'm going to save this, and I want to go to the gym CSS, and that will become my new reset.css file. All right, did that make anything look different? You saw what the web page looked like. Now let's see it without any margin padding, etc. Okay, there you go. Now it's got basically nothing in it, which is fine. All right, change the normalize to reset. I did that. Now here it says copy the index.html to about FAQ, BMI, contact, and make sure all the links work. I'm not sure if this was exactly the time I should have done this, but it's what I did, so that's fine. All right, so I now have index. I want to copy it to about, to FAQ, to BMI, and to contact. But one thing first, I'm going to put in here. I don't know if I ever said. So I'm going to say here, set title. And then I'm going to say here, reset title. And I'm just going to copy this across. Again, this is just the way I decided to do this. I am not, by no means, am I saying this is the way you should have all done it. I want people to understand. Oh, I did have update the title tag for each page. All right, that's fine. I'll just leave. I don't like that in there then. I don't need it. So what I should do is I should come in, and on my index page here, I should come in and have a title tag. I did have one with nothing in it. So I am going to come in here and say the gym home. All right, now I'm going to do a file, save as, and I'm going to save this. My second page is about.html, so this will be about. Do a file, save as a third time, or at the second time, whatever it is. And this will become FAQ. Make sure you keep your dot in there in the HTML. So this will change to FAQ. All right, and then finally save it one more time. And this will be contact. I think that's all correct. All right, and I'm going to jump back. In fact, I'll do it right from contact. It doesn't matter. All right, so contact. Since my file was not found, what did I do wrong? I didn't save one as BMI. Looks like it. So let's go back and redo that. So file, save as, BMI.html. I mean, I make more than my share of mistakes. I don't mind sharing them with you. If I screw something up, why shouldn't you be able to see it? All right, so let's try to run this. Back, let's go to the home page. The gym. Oh, that says the gym BMI. I have to fix that. About works. FAQ works. BMI works. Contact works. So I got to go back to my home page, change my title. I must have gone to the index page and changed the title there. I don't know how I did that, but I did. So here is my index page. It does say home there. Why doesn't that come up and show home? Home. So home, about, FAQ, BMI, and contact. So that's what I have right now. Kind of a semi-organized mess, for lack of better words. All right, but I'm looking at my plan here, And I've done all that. All right. What I'm going to do is first I have to find those images that I was using. Let me check my time. I'm at 20 minutes. So when I come back, I'm going to just pick it up from step 4. I'm not trying to make these particular lessons that I'm doing right now be very long if I can help it. So I've done the first 3 steps. I'm going to come back with step 4 in just a couple minutes.